Washington, this is VOA News. Deadly border skirmishes in Kashmir. Bad weather hampers AirAsia flight recovery. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting from Washington. Pakistan is accusing India of ambushing and killing two border security forces, it says, were invited for a routine meeting by their Indian counterparts. But India has a different version of what happened. Ayaz Gul reports.
The Pakistan Rangers Punjab, the paramilitary force patrolling the eastern border with India, say that a commander from the Indian side had requested a routine meeting, and when two of its representatives contacted them, the Indians opened fire. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Tasneem Aslam told reporters in Islamabad about what she called the deadly ambush.
Our soldiers were invited for a meeting with white flags, and then they were ambushed.
India, however, has accused Pakistan of initiating the incident, which it says first killed an Indian soldier and prompted retaliatory fire. Ayaz Gul for VOA News, Islamabad.
Forces loyal to the president of Gambia are going house to house in the capital Banjul in search of opponents responsible for the armed attack on his presidential palace this week. President Yahya Jammeh says that the pre-dawn attack Tuesday was carried out by former members of the military. He insisted it was not a coup attempt against him, but an attack by what he called terrorists. The president was out of the country at the time of the incident. A suicide bomber blew himself up at the gates of a church in northeastern Nigeria. It disrupted a New Year's Day service. Thursday's blast in the city of Gombe did not kill anyone, but several people were injured. There's been no claim of responsibility. This is VOA News. An Egyptian court in Cairo ruled that 3 jailed Al Jazeera journalists will be getting a new trial. No date was set. Australian Peter Grest, Canadian-Egyptian Mohammed Fahmy, and Egyptian Bahir Mohammed were not in court and will remain in jail. Osama Saeed is a spokesman for the Al Jazeera network.
It seems like there's going to be a retrial. Our call is to the Egyptian government, to the Egyptian authorities to make that a fast process now. They shouldn't take months and months and months to come to a conclusion. Everybody around the world can see that these guys should be released, and they should have been released a long time ago.
In July, a court convicted the 3 of supporting the banned Muslim Brotherhood. The network insists the 3 were doing their jobs, reporting the news, not aiding the Brotherhood. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was re-elected as head of his conservative Likud party as he gets ready for early elections in March. Mr. Netanyahu trounced his sole challenger, far-right politician Danny Danon. The Prime Minister called for new elections 2 years early after a shaky coalition cabinet fell apart last month. Mr. Netanyahu is looking for a 3rd consecutive term as Israel's Prime Minister. A stampede during a New Year's Eve celebration in Shanghai killed 36 people and injured dozens more. China's state-run Xinhua news agency says 40 injured people were still hospitalized Thursday, 13 of them with serious injuries. Witnesses say the stampede broke out when people rushed to pick up fake money that was being thrown out of a 3rd-story window. 9 bodies and assorted debris have been pulled from the Java Sea near Borneo Island, where the AirAsia flight carrying 162 passengers and crew crashed in a storm last Sunday. Ron Corbin has details.
Since the plane's debris was sighted Tuesday, rescue and recovery efforts have been hampered by poor weather conditions and strong currents that have pushed debris far from the original crash site in the Java Sea. Some 18 vessels from several regional countries, including Singapore, the United States and Australia, have been assisting Indonesia. Singapore's Navy has been using an unmanned underwater vehicle capable of surveying the seabird in relatively shallow seas. Besides the recovery of bodies, investigators are anxious to locate the flight data recorders, known as black boxes, to provide the vital information into the possible cause of the accident. Ron Corbin for VOA News, Bangkok, Thailand.
Iraqi government figures show that violence in 2014 made it the deadliest year since 2007. Figures put the death toll at more than 15,500, compared with just under 18,000 killed 7 years ago at the height of Sunni-Shiite sectarian fighting. I'm Ray Kouguell in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.